So I'm giving tomorrow evening. That's it for playing with the counters. I'm just going to go with what I have. I think I'm down to basically final tweaking. So remember what I show you. You know what I mean? May not be what Alberto C gets, and so on and so forth, and even what I'm seeing is not going to be. So what I got is this here. So these are the originals. And for me, they were just a little bit too light for me. So I started going up a notch. And this is what I thought I was going to go with. But in reality, they're just too dark, especially this one. So this is what I ended up going with. And inadvertently, just because I don't understand, like Alberto's way ahead of me with spreadsheet stuff. It's neat because he's done some things I'm going to be able to learn about, which is going to be wonderful. So I'm going to show you the Pregel River Front. So that'll give you more or less an idea of what the whole map is probably going to end up looking like. I should have everything done if I keep at the pace I'm going. Everything finalized easily, I think. But well, I shouldn't say that. Stop saying easily. I think I should have everything done by Christmas Eve, no worries. So I should be able to start actually playing the final part of the game by Christmas Eve, which would be wonderful. Oh gosh, I can't wait. So yeah, I'll show you and you'll get a good idea. The neat thing is there won't be any blocks. I won't need them. Hold on. Sorry about the weird angle. It's just I don't know what's going on with the phone. It's been acting really strange. I just don't think mobile phones and me like each other. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm getting at. So this is what you would basically see if, let's say, you and I, if we were having a two-player game, after there was a heck of a lot of combat, everything was revealed. And let's say it was your turn and you were the central powers. So anything on the bottom part of the counters would be removed. So the bottom left is where the strength points are going to be, which is where the normal counter would be. The bottom right is going to be where the supply points. So here you would see over here, we can go to, hold on, I'll try to, there. So if you look here, this is pretty maxed out actually. So you've got Alberto's state flag. I'm using a white font. You'll see why in a minute. So that's the army ID. That will tell you what army it's under the command of. That'll be where the supply points are, strength points, and if there's an army HQ. This middle bit could be some extra information, which you'll see in a second. So most of this stuff will remain in between turns, unless, of course, on the player's turn, they've changed the components of what's inside. So if you want to get specific about what is in that group, what I've done basically is everybody gets their own page and every army gets their own book. So you just look up, number 18. I think number 3 is probably a good one to actually go. That's pretty maxed out. So, and there you go. And since they have a whole page, I can do whatever the hell I want. So that's, 1506 in brackets 10 Tenenberg map. And since I've got a whole page, I can go nuts. So you can just do whatever the heck you want. Not limited. And the same with the Alberto markers on the count. Oh, shoot, sorry. Especially with the Alberto markers on the counters, like they can just go back and forth. I'm also not limited where they are, but that's where I'm going to try to keep things there. So right now I'm using the blue ones for just an identifier for where, if there's a core HQ there, that would be a yellow marker is for cavalry. I'll show you the other ones later. So anyways, if it was your turn, I would just remove all my strength points and supply points. You would see everything else. You'd get the basics. You would see where my artillery positions are, my cavalry. You'd get the general bits, but you wouldn't get the specifics. You wouldn't get where my strength point. And if you can't remember, that's not my problem. And if it was, my turn and I couldn't remember where yours after you removed the bottom parts, well, that's not your problem. And anyways, I think it's going to work. And you'll see, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about why I'm using the off color. It's because I'm trying to contrast. We're getting into small area land here. So I'm looking for opposing corners. I'll never have to worry with these guys because this is a state flag. That's what, you see what I mean? Like, so that's why I'm like, okay, this is a nice differentiation. I hope you can see what I mean. So that's, it's just a little bit extra, little differentiation. So there's SC1, those guys or whatever. Hope you get the idea. And I think it's going to work nice. I can't wait to see the whole thing there, and I can't wait to get it on the other table because I'm sick and tired of this flipping stooping, man. What an effing nightmare. So yeah, and then those are the other colors. I was going to use green for the engineers since they're kind of like the ones that get your supply going because of the rail, and then I was also going to use, excuse me, the red for the artillery positions, and then, like I said, the blue would be for the corps and whatever. I think it's going to work. So that's that. And yeah, I think, like I said, if that's the finalization bit, then I'm just going to start pumping out counters like there's no tomorrow. Okay.